Morning garden check. The chard's coming in nicely. That's got a lot of cucumbers. I'm sorry, a lot of squash. Yellow and green summer squash. And then there's some fava beans there. Onions are trailing on both ends all the way down. That's all chard, onions and onions on both sides. And around the whole perimeter is mostly tomatoes along the fence. I like growing them against the fence, sorry about that. Against the fence for stability. I train them up against the fence. I'm also trying the overhead string trellis method in that one spot. You see I put that 1x2 setup in. I'm gonna see how it works out. I got in the pots there cucumbers, basil, and I think it might be a squash, I can't remember. Cucumbers and squash, more green and yellow zucchini. Peas are finally flowering. And those are carrots. I have not done well with carrots. You can see a bunch of them are starting to flower already, and I might let them flower for the bees. More fava and long beans, pole beans, and more peas and pole beans, more fava, and cherry tomato. Also, I've got the pole beans mixed in with the tomatoes along that fence. That whole fence will be covered. There's my straw bale garden. It's mostly butternut squash and vining type things. It's a challenge, that area. That's why I tried the straw bales. There's just so much pest pressure, a lot of earwigs and pill bugs, which just like to devour your plants when they're young. But the straw bales were supposed to reduce that, and they're not. They found their way up the top, and if I go out there, there's a chipmunk. If I go out there at night with a flashlight, they're all over the soil, and I've been working on that. My compost bins back there, they're gone. I'm rebuilding a new setup. And this is the easy part. And I could see myself in a couple more years, this will be pretty much where I'll be doing my gardening, because that's getting a little tiring at my age. Pepper plants, this pepper plant looks a little wilty. I'm not sure what's going on with that. All the other ones down there are doing good though. There's my rosemary. I started that in like February inside, very slow, but it's doing good. Mint, a little bit of mint. Potatoes in pots on wheels. This is a new variety, Kennybeck's, I believe, is what I went with. Those are my wildflower seeds. I used to spend a ton of money filling these things up with nice, fancy flowers. Now I just put seeds in, and they're beautiful. Basil. There's some more rosemary back there. I'm sorry, that's thyme, and that's rosemary. That needs to be replanted. That was radishes. There's some of my bronze magnet lettuce. That's bolting. That needs to be cut and pulled out. That whole thing should be replaced. Parsley, more peas. I'm gonna probably have to pull back some of that shade cloth. They're gonna start stressing out. I did over there, and you can see they're flowering now, finally. And there's more fabas. There's a lot of them there. Got a nice one this morning. There's a bunch in there that needs to be harvested. That's my butter crunch, really good. I think that's the same variety. It's ready. It's really good. It's hard to keep up when they come up. Arugula, those were really big. I just cut basically all off the top, put them in a Tupperware. I have them in the fridge. They're good for a couple weeks that way. Been eating them every day. That's more radishes. And I believe this is more, yeah. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to thin them out. That's going to be more romaine. That's it. That's my deck garden. And all is well.